Most people don't believe a woman has the power to express her sexual needs. Your sexual needs are not so important because they believe you can tame it, and that's why you see a lot of angry, frustrated women. When you don't make love to a woman properly as you should, I'm telling you, she's a bitter person because there's a natural need that that aspect of her should be attended to. You're stuck into that relationship because you're just scared of breaking free. You just thought to yourself that, what if I break free? And then people will judge me that I'm not a good woman. So you live the rest of your life shutting your mouth up, trying to pretend. I mean, we saw our mothers live this life, our great-grandmothers, our great-great-great-grandmothers, yeah. And then I'm expected to live that kind of life, and this is 2024. Around 2016, there's this buzz that blew out on the internet. Everyone talking about feminine woman, how to be a feminine woman, how to radiate feminine energy. Everyone is trying to optimize how they can be a feminine woman, right? And there's nothing wrong with you trying to find out that there's actually something about your character, your personal conversation, your disposition that is not bringing out the best in your relationship. But this buzz started, and I'm very sure that lots of people misinterpreted what it actually means to be a feminine woman. There is actually a toxic feminine woman which is being displayed out in the society and wrongly taught, and there is divine feminine energy. Anytime you find yourself in a place of healing, you have peace, you are yourself, you feel loved, you feel at peace, know that you are radiating the rightful energy that you need. That's the divine feminine energy. Now, there is toxic feminine energy, which is being taught in the society, where you have to act to be who you are not. Now, when society is trying to tell us how to be, or conservative people trying to teach us how to live, how to do things in a very conservative way, they forget that we are not same. Every individual have their natural traits. Some of us are fire, some of us are water, some of us are air, some of us are different kind of personalities. That cannot be removed. But when you start trying to place everyone to be in a certain way, that is you going anti-natural, which is exactly what I want to talk about in this video. I grew up in a community where culture is on the high rocket. There is nothing wrong with ideologies. Anyone can have ideas, but I don't want anyone to force their idea on me. That is what I've been struggling all my life, because you cannot force your ideologies on me and tell me to believe it. The reason why you're actually telling me to believe it is because it's not authentically from me. You cannot tell me to believe that my parents are my parents, because I know that they are. You don't need any introduction for that. You know what I'm saying? But when you're trying to tell me to believe, that means you're trying to put me into a place that I'm not naturally positioned. So I grew up in this community where women are not who they are meant to be. I see this. It was exactly what I saw growing up that triggered my questioning. I started asking questions. Why is this? Why is that? Why is it? And no one was actually giving me the correct answer. Now, I decided on my own to start making research, to start asking questions. Part of the ways I do this is, if you give me an answer to a question, what I do is to get down to myself to know exactly how do I feel with that. Does it heal me? Do I feel good? Does it empower me? Is it part of me that does not agree with it? I don't want to go by social indoctrinations. Now, these social indoctrinations is not just for women alone. It's for both genders. But I focus on women because I'm a woman and I know exactly how it feels and what it takes to be one. There were ideologies that you were expected to have. But I am a God. I'm not expected to be your type of person. I'm expected to be me. So we're cultured to know the kind of clothes we wear, know how we talk, know how we react. Women are seen but not heard. And then they believe that women's traditional role is to get married, have kids, cook. There's nothing wrong with all these things, because I know that there are people who naturally have these traits in them. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm talking about in a place where it doesn't feel right with you. There's part of you that does not want it. This is 2024, so women are beginning to break off and form a community of child-free women. What do we have to say about that? Is their life, is their choice, and that's a topic for another day. But today we are talking about the tricks and all of those lies they have dished out for us and say this is how to be a feminine woman. Of all of those things they have painted to us, a woman shouldn't be seen, a woman shouldn't be heard until she's seen kind of teachings. I'm here to tell you that one thing they have missed to teach you is how to get deep inside yourself and work with your intuition. That's it. That's it. And for me, that is the greatest sin. Someone said that, what is the greatest sin? I said the greatest sin is when you don't align yourself with your intuition and with your conscience. And anytime you don't, you go off it, you break yourself, you break other people, and the circle keep going. This is very important to me because I know that any woman that heal another child, heal another woman, heal another neighbor is a collective effort. And that's why we should always speak out, irrespective of social validation, because I know some of us know the truth, but they don't want to be judged. And because they have fear of judgment or what they will say, they hush it. They don't want to talk. But truth be told, one of the greatest lessons you were not taught is that your intuition is where your power is. Women are naturally intuitive. Before you find out that your boyfriend, your husband is cheating on you, you already know. That finding out is like, but I know it. That's it. Before your child gets sick, you start sensing it. If you align yourself with your intuition, you realize that you always almost know everything. And this is one part they don't teach you, and you don't expect anyone to teach you. Now, that doesn't mean that I should be calm when my nature is not on the calm side. Because there are kind of people that is meant for my own kind of people. What about the opposite sex? The type of them that are not loud, that are not outspoken. What about them? They could fall head over heel in love with a woman like me simply for existing and simply by being myself. Society lied to you and they didn't tell you that the highest measure for you to measure your life path is by following your intuition. That is your standard. That is where the roadmap is. You know that lies of what it means to be successful. That a successful woman is a woman who get married, have babies, cook well, take in anything that is being thrown on her. That is a successful woman. Lies. Lies. You can decide to be single, to be child-free, to not care about doing anything but finding your peace, and you are successful. The definition of success according to society are false. And that has been the struggle all of us has been struggling to break free from. They say we have to be successful when we go to school and have PhD and do that. Then we have to be multitasking. You know, that crazy multitasking. I don't want to be a multitasking anything. I simply want to be. Because, I mean, who gets out here free? What is all this ratness about? Like, I sit down to ask this question. I don't even understand. I don't understand. Society refused to accept or to teach you that true definition of success is happiness and peace. They don't. But when they don't, you have to teach yourself. You start teaching yourself by the discomforts you get in trying to compromise. Your feminine energy radiates comfortably when you are with a masculine man. You don't have to struggle, you don't have to act, because he puts you in a place where you can naturally be yourself. You're not struggling to be feminine, you're not trying to act it. His presence, the way he talks, how he talks to you, has placed you in a state for you to radiate who you are. When you are in a relationship where you don't feel happiness, you're not loved, but you're so scared to break free because of what they will say, you are trying to compromise, and that's not how to live it. It's not how to live it. You have compromised, and then you find out that you are not living. Living is not you trying to create resistance. It's to allow life to flow. If anything wants to break free, let things break free, because you are not here to control things. You are here to exist and allow other things to exist as well. So growing up, I observe all of these traits and I see women acting, not living, trying to impress society, try to do things that other people will say, oh, look at that. Are you more concerned about the external exaltation, or you are happy that you're happy by yourself and fully happy in your own skin? So those bulls of how to be a feminine woman that has been trending on the internet since 2016 and keep trending is a beautiful thing, but we have to tell ourselves the truth of what exactly it means to be this feminine woman, because there are toxic femininity when you find yourself compromising, when you find yourself always trying to explain the situation, when you find yourself saying no and still need to explain why you say no, when you find yourself not using the weapon of silence to fight. You don't know that there are places to be silent and there are places to talk. There are power in your character, in what you say, how you say it, in what you touch, how you touch it. You were not taught, but rather you were taught that your traditional role is to be a woman, get married, have kids, cook, feed your kids, and exist and die. There are so many lies. When I talk about the toxic femininity and I talk about the divine femininity, these are two separate things. Sometimes when you are being toxic feminine, it looks like you are being yourself, like you are doing it right. Yeah, to other people, you may be. They could say, yeah, that's it. I have more episodes to drop. This video is going to be so long because we're going to dish into all of those societal lies of how they trick us to be a feminine woman. We're going to dive right into lots of them, so it could help us to gain clarity of exactly what it means to be a feminine woman, or what we are being exactly, a divine woman who is in her power, who knows who she is, and who is not afraid to be who she is. If this kind of content is what you like, why don't you go ahead and click on the like button, subscribe to this channel, and see you on my next video. See you.